Hundreds of mods are available for Farming Simulator 22 that can change the way you play the game. Some make it super easy to make tons of money, while others can make it quite difficult. If you're looking to add a little realism to your gameplay, then check out these top 10 favorites of mine. Hello and welcome to the Farm Bubba channel, where we help you learn all you need to have fun in Farming Simulator 22. Be sure to check out our other videos on the Farm Bubba channel homepage, and while you're there, you may as well subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to be notified when a new video posts. Check out the time codes that are in the description so that you can go straight to a particular chapter, and stay tuned to the end of this video when I'll share a bonus mod that won't make you a lot of money, but it'll certainly save you a lot of money. Okay, then let's get going. Now, all of these mods are for PC, although some of them may be available for consoles. They're all found on the MODHUB, so you shouldn't have any trouble to find them, but we'll show you how to find the first few just to get you started. Of course, first thing you want to do is go to downloadable content. Be very sure that you are actually on the MODHUB and not on some of these other little icons to do your search. After you make sure that you're on the MODHUB, go down here and make sure that you click where it says Show All Mods, because you want to see all of the mods and not just the ones that are available for crossplay. That's where you want to do your search. Click on the search bar. First one we want to try is type in the word manual, M-A-N-U-A-L, and you will see that there are two that we're looking for, manual attach and manual refueling. You'll see I've already installed them just to save a little time, but you remember how to do that. Double click on them, go down and hit install, and then they will show up in your downloads. We're going to cover most everything in the video when we get into the game, but there's probably a little bit more information in here that may be appropriate to your style of gameplay. So be sure and read all of these also. The next one we want to search for, type in real dirt. And you're going to see 4 mods, and we want to install all of them. Once you follow the list that's in the description, you should have all of these mods here. Just bear in mind that there's hundreds of mods available, and these 10 are really only like a starter set. You can find a lot more mods that do a lot more than these few, and I encourage you to explore as many of those as you can. Be sure and leave a comment in the description below and let me know what mods you liked or didn't like, and what mods are your favorites. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the game. Here's our Backroads County that we've saved, and as always, we want to make sure that we hit deselect and then reselect to make sure that all of these things are included in there. We go ahead and start, and it'll take a minute or two for the game to load up, and we'll be ready to go. First mod we want to look at is called Engine Starter. Let's go here and hop in this tractor here. You can see if we try to drive away, it says motor must be started for that. Our controls in the upper left hand corner. If we're on a PC, we just have to hit the enter key and it's going to start up. If we hit the enter key again, it'll shut off. Now, if you go into your menus here, you see at the very top, start engine on throttle. If you turn that on, then what happens is when you hop into your vehicle there and just attempt to drive away, it's going to start your engine up. That's the way I have mine set, and I think it's easier to do that way. Next mod we want to look at is manual refueling. Usually when you get close to the diesel tank, you'll see in the upper left corner it says refuel. Well, this is manual refueling, so we have to stop our tractor, get out, and as soon as we walk around here and get close to the tank, now you see it says refuel. So all we have to do is refuel. It'll take a minute for it to fill up, and that's all the fuel it'll hold. Hop back in, start up again, and we're ready to roll. Next thing we want to look at is manual attach. So if we hop into this tractor here, start it up, and then we're going to back up to this piece of equipment here. And we can't just hit the button and have it attached by itself because we got to do it manually. So we got to hop out of the tractor. You can leave it running, that's fine. But we're going to hit the Q key to attach. And then if we hold down the Z as in zebra, then it'll hook our cables up. And you have to disconnect those in order to disconnect the whole trailer. So you have to do it in sequence, of course. Attach the piece of equipment, attach whatever else needs to be hooked up, and you're ready to go. If you have a piece of equipment that has a power takeoff or a PTO, there's a little bit more to do to manually attach. So if we hop into this tractor here, go ahead and start it up. We're also going to look at realistic cab view. So if we jump into the cab and we turn around, we cannot turn a full 360 degrees all in one fell swoop like you can in the base game. Because what this mod is doing is realistically having you turn and you're looking over your shoulder. Because you see where the seat is, you've kind of leaned over to the left as you look around this way. If we look back around the other way to our right, we shift over to the right side of the seat. And there's an additional thing you can do. If you hit your shift key on your keyboard, that will have you lean over. So you can lean over and look out through here, see if you're going to run over someone or somebody. You can also lean over and look at your display a little closer. But the best thing is that you can lean over a little bit to see where you're going when you back up. But we'll back up to this little piece of equipment here. Lean over, it looks like we're pretty close already, so we're going to hop out of the cab. Now we're going to hook our piece of equipment up. And if we just tap the Z key, it'll attach our PTO. If you hold down the Z key, then you get your hoses. Sometimes you're cramped for space underneath a cover or in a building, but we can get a better view of that out here. Tap the Z, disconnect, hold it down, undo your cables, then disconnect your entire piece of equipment. Attach your equipment, attach your hoses, attach your PTO, and you're ready to go. Next thing we want to look at is our enhanced loan system. If you recall from an earlier video, you can go into your finances screen here, and down at the bottom you can borrow and repay money to the bank in $5,000 increments. When midnight rolls around, you're going to pay interest on that. That's a fairly simple process there. So if we come up to this icon here, we get into our enhanced loan system. If we want to take out a loan, we just click down here. This amount that you see here, your max amount, there's a lot of stuff built into that algorithm. This is pretty much your credit worthiness. And ours at the current moment is $2,095,883. So if we want to take out a loan, say to buy a harvester, and we need $450,000. So we put in $450,000 there. Our interest rate is going to be based on our credit worthiness here. So the only other thing we have to do is select a time period. We better do this one for 7 years. And our monthly payment will be $6,133. And this number here is truncated, but it looks like our repayment amount is going to be about $507,000 and change. So if we want to take out the loan, we just click on it here. Here we can see the fine print on our loan, $450,000 at 3.5% interest. Our monthly payments are $6,132 for 84 months. There are 84 months left because we haven't paid anything yet, and here is the principal balance of $450,000. And so for every month that passes in the gameplay, the bank will subtract $6,132 for 84 months. If we decide to pay the loan off beforehand, that's great, because you can come down here to a special redemption. Say you harvested a field and you made $50,000 on it, and you want to put all that on the loan. So come up here and put in your $50,000, click on Make a Special Payment, and you can see that our remaining amount has dropped to $400,000. That special redemption has reduced the number of months it's going to take to pay off our loan. Our original loan was for 84 months, but with that $50,000 represented enough payments that there's only 66 payments left if we don't do anything any different. That is our enhanced loan system. Give it a try. The enhanced animal system is best explained in the actual MODHUB description. Basically, this is going to manage our animals. The animals that you do have on your farm, normally when they have an offspring, they only have one. But in this enhancement, you can get multiples. As you can see here, with cows, most of the time they're going to deliver one, but in some occasions, very rarely, they're going to have two. Pigs are a little bit different. They're going to produce a few more offspring at a time than what the cows do. Chickens, the same way. The smaller the animal, the more they reproduce. Most pens have a limit to the number of animals that can be in the pen, but with this mod, they can become overcrowded as your animals produce more offspring. Now, this does have a price because the health of the animals will be affected. There'll be more animals in the pen competing for the food. Sometimes there may not be enough food to go around, things like that. As your animals get old, their health will diminish. Also, when your cows produce calves, their feed consumption will change. After they've had a calf, their appetite's going to be increased a little bit. As their health recovers, they will yield more milk as time goes by. So be sure and read through this explanation to get the full advantage of the enhanced animal system. Next thing we want to touch on is lease to own. Normally we just buy a piece of equipment as we need it, but you can lease a piece of equipment if you don't have enough money to pay for it. In the base game system, there is no option other than to buy or to lease. Once you're finished with the lease, you just return the equipment, and that's all there is to it. Let's go into our shop menu here and check out this Case tractor here. If we wanted to buy it straight up, it's $112,000. If we want to lease it, it'll cost us $5,712. So we'll go ahead and lease it. And here it is at the shop. So if we go back into our shop menu and come down here to our leased equipment, there's the tractor that we leased. We can either return it or we can purchase. If we elect to purchase, we can purchase this tractor for $109,760. The original purchase price was going to be $112,000 if we wanted to purchase it straight up. But since we leased it for a little bit, we get a little bit of credit for the lease money that we paid. So you can see you don't get dollar for dollar all the money that you spent on your lease, but you do get a reduced rate. Instead of just returning the piece of equipment and walking away from it, you can purchase it at a reduced price. The next mod we want to look at is Start in Spring. This mod just alters the base game starting time from August, when we're in the middle of our harvesting season, to March, when it's the beginning of our spring planting season. I like this progression just a little bit better. If I'm starting from scratch, so to speak, I'm going to have a lot of expensive equipment in order to harvest when I don't need as much equipment to plant in the spring. So if you start a brand new game, you're going to start in March. The next set of mods we're going to look at are the Real Dirt mods. If we start up a tractor here, you can see behind this tractor is kicking up a lot of dirt. It is also leaving a lot of tracks on the field, as you can see. It's kind of subtle. It might be a little hard to see some of the dirt, but there you can see on that front wheel, you're starting to get an accumulation of dirt there. And the last mod we're going to look at, it's called Dusty Lands Extension. So if we hit our Shift key, up here in the upper left-hand corner, you can see where it says Adjust Dust Scale. You either use the comma button or the period button to change the amount of dust that you're going to get kicked up. You can see on the lowest setting that we're not kicking up much dust. But if we change that setting, and the max is about 3, now you'll see a lot more dust kicked up. It's a virtual cloud of dust behind us. That may be too much. We can reduce that just a little bit and get a modest amount of dust. So that is Real Dirt and Dust. So before we go, I promised you at the beginning of the video that I would show you one other mod that doesn't really make you money, but it's going to save you some money. If you look up in the upper right-hand corner, we currently have $995,626 in our bank account. If we go into our construction menu all the way over to landscaping, let's alter the course of this little roadway through here. Instead of having a curve, let's just bring it straight across here. What we do is we go into our painting, then we can scroll across here and select one of these gravels. Is probably the same. There are a couple of different ones that you can select, and you can see that one's a little bit darker. This one is a little bit lighter, and you can paint over them. But what we can do here, we'll shift to a circle, and what we can do is we can create a path. Like I said, we're gonna have a video on this, so don't get too freaked out that it's like, well, how does he do that? We're just going to make a path here. But the point I want to show you is that under normal circumstances, every little thing you put on the map will cost you money. But with this free landscaping mod, it doesn't cost you a penny. I like this mod because I like to change the way my farms look. We can go in through here, and we can make all this gravel again instead of this dirt. I can arrange my farm the way I want it to. I can take all this grass out here and just make all of this gravel because I want to park some equipment here or something like that. I'm altering the way my farm looks, but it's like I'm starting a whole new game. I'm creating my own map. So I don't want it to cost me money while I do that. If you notice, we still have $995,626 in there. All of that little bit of stuff I did there could have cost us $10,000. Free landscaping tools. It's a nice mod. There are 100 of other mods available, and we will slowly add those in as we continue our Backroads County farm build. So don't worry too much. We're going to get to a lot of other mods a little bit later down the road. So that about wraps things up for now. If you received value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more videos and ring the notification bell to be notified when the next video posts. Leave a comment below to let me know what mods you use in your game and if any of these mods are something that you might want to use to enhance your gameplay. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.